Right now at 5, crime connection. Police say the widow who shot and killed an intruder in her home knew him. Now, hear how he might be tied to the recent murder of her husband.
Focus on Florida. We're on the road with Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama as they crisscross the Sunshine State.
No rush to return. Miami Dolphins star Jason Taylor scored big on Dancing with the Stars. Why there's new concern about his future with the Finns.
And the perfect fit. We have the Oprah connection to fixing a problem that most women face. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Horry.
And I'm Antonio Mora. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now at 5, we're live at a North Miami home where 2 shootings in 1 month's time now have a clearer connection. A widow shot and killed an intruder inside that house yesterday.
Now police say that intruder was a suspect in her husband's murder. CBS 4's Peter Dents sorts this all out for us live from North Miami. Peter.
Antonio, this is where Janefsy Mesa's husband was gunned down and her son shot outside their home. Now police are saying all along Mesa had pointed to one man, Elon Newsom, seen right here as a suspect. Now it was Newsom who was shot here yesterday by Mesa. She said he was an intruder who frightened her.
No one deserves to die.
It's the latest bizarre development involving the widow who just last month begged for the public's help in finding a killer. Janefsy Mesa's husband Orlando was murdered 1 month ago as he played with his 1-year-old son Noah outside their home. Noah was shot in the arm and leg but survived. Surveillance video taken from a home security system showed the gunman drove by twice, returning a second time to make sure Orlando was dead.
This is a nightmare for me, and I would like to wake up. I have no words to describe my pain.
Now police say all along Mesa had told them this man, 27-year-old Elon Newsom, was a suspect.
She was also very terrified of him. He is a person that the detectives in this investigation were looking at, but not to the exclusion of anyone else.
So definitely a suspect.
Definitely a suspect, someone they were looking at.
Janefsy and Orlando Mesa knew Newsom. Police are not saying how well they knew each other. On Tuesday, as Mesa was moving furniture out of her home, Newsom stopped by. It's not known how he knew Mesa would be there at the time, but Newsom's sister has claimed Mesa called him to ask him for help with the furniture. Janefsy Mesa, though, told police she thought Newsom was an intruder and felt threatened. Police say he did not have a gun, but it appears she fired in self-defense.
That may or may not change. It's something it's still an aspect of the investigation.
Police, meanwhile, say Newsom had a record, including charges of tampering with a witness. Now they're trying to find out if Newsom tampered with Mesa, a witness in the murder of her own husband and the shooting of her son. Now, Janefsy Mesa has moved out of her home and is staying with relatives in the area. I spoke with her ex-husband. He told me this was a horrible case. She was interviewed extensively by North Miami Police last night. There's a $10,000 reward in her husband's murder. We're live in North Miami. Peter Dent, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Peter. If you were outside at all today, you felt it, I'm sure. It felt like an oven out there, and there is a reason why. CBS 4 Chief Meteorologist David Bernard is here with more record-setting temperatures.
Shannon, just blazing again today across South Florida. Those powerful west winds have propelled us all the way so far to 95 at Miami, 96 again at Fort Lauderdale, and we blew out the old records of 93 in 1981 and 94 in 1968. Here's why I think tomorrow may not be quite as bad. I think a touch less heat with some afternoon storms because our wind direction tomorrow is going to be more from the south, and because of that, instead of it coming from the west, maybe not quite as bad, and maybe a few storms will bubble up to break the heat. Okay, a look into the Labor Day, or I should say the Memorial Day holiday in a few minutes.
Thanks, David. And developing now in Central Florida, at least 50 homes were just evacuated because of a nearby wildfire. Take a look. This is a big one. It's in Lake County, which is west of Orlando. A thick blanket of smoke is covering the area. More than 50 acres have burned, but you can see how much smoke there is. Heavy winds are fueling the fire, and firefighters are afraid that new fires could start because of that.
Now, the eyes of the nation are on Florida. Both Democratic candidates for president are here looking to bolster their argument that they are the best candidate for president. We're live right now in Kissimmee, where Barack Obama's supporters are waiting to cheer on the man who looks more and more like he will become the Democratic nominee. Now here in Sunrise, Hillary Clinton is promising her supporters that the race is still not over. We have Campaign 08 live team coverage with crews traveling the state on buses with both candidates. We begin with CBS 4's Ted Scouten, who is live with Hillary Clinton's camp in Sunrise. Ted.
Antonio, what a busy day for Hillary Clinton today. Sunrise is her second stop on her swing through South Florida. Take a look inside right now where she just finished her speech a few moments ago. You can see her right there. She's meeting with some of her supporters in there, signing autographs and just talking with people. She is here at the Sunrise Lakes condos. Earlier today, she was in Boca Raton. In her push across South Florida, her message is very simple. She wants Florida votes to count.
Hello, how are you all?
Her last visit to Florida was for fundraising in February. Now Hillary Clinton is back, and she's fighting for your vote. Not a new one, but the one already cast.
The people of Florida voted back in January. You did your part. You showed up in record numbers, and you made informed choices. But today, some months later, you still don't know if these votes will help determine our party's nominee.
Florida and Michigan's votes do not count in the final tally because both states pushed up their primaries. The Democratic Party punished both states by saying their delegates will not be seated at the national convention.
You didn't break a single rule, and you should not be punished for matters beyond your control.
Senator Clinton is fighting for her political life now. With more calls for her to drop out of the race, she's hoping to get Florida and Michigan's delegates seated. Her supporters are fighting right alongside her.
It's almost 50-50 split down the middle, so how do you tell one person to get out of the race? It's just totally unfair.
Clinton says she worries that if the votes do not count, the Republicans could pick them up.
If Democrats send the message that we don't fully value your votes, we know Senator McCain and the Republicans will be more than happy to have them.
Now, both of Senator Clinton's stops today were at retirement communities in South Florida. She has one more set for tonight. That one is going to be the largest one, and that one will likely be the most diverse one. That is going to be at the University of Miami in Coral Gables tonight at 8 o'clock. Of course, we'll be there. We're live in Sunrise. I'm Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Ted. Now from Hillary Clinton's rally in Sunrise, our team coverage moves north to Kissimmee. CBS 4's Michael Williams is with Barack Obama. Michael, I understand that Obama is talking a lot like he's the nominee and even promising Florida's delegates will be seated at the convention.
Indeed he is, as you see, and here's some of the political buzz behind me here in Kissimmee. We just got off the campaign bus here from Tampa. And he is talking like that because the political math works for Barack Obama. The bottom line, by every calculation, is that even if you included Florida and Michigan and gave Hillary Clinton the very best advantage there, she still couldn't beat him among delegates. And he's had so many superdelegates come his way that he has increasing confidence that no matter what, he'll be the nominee. So he can afford to be gracious. And indeed he was today as he tries to warm the Floridians who've been upset about the cold shoulder of the last few months. The political math is in his favor, and now Barack Obama looks to add one of the biggest political prizes to his bid for the White House.
It is good to be back in Florida.
Obama increasingly looks ahead to a battle against Republican John McCain. From the war in Iraq to a struggling economy, he sums up that prospective race with a now favorite line.
He's running for 4 more years of George Bush. He's running for a 3rd Bush term.
The Obama campaign knows the Democratic nomination is all but officially his, and so he is offering the olive branch to Hillary Clinton supporters, ever mindful of her big but disputed primary victory in Florida last January.
First of all, Senator Clinton has run an outstanding campaign, and she deserves our admiration and our respect because she has set the standard. She has broken through barriers and will open up opportunity for a lot of people, including my 2 young daughters.
After effects from a bruising primary campaign season and questions about whether a black candidate can win the presidency now confront Obama.
I believe that the American people are tired of being divided. They want to be brought together. All of us, black, white, Hispanic.
His supporters here embrace him and his theme of unity.
I am looking forward for him bringing a change to America. because there are a lot of Americans suffering, losing their jobs, their homes.
He can speak in a sentence, for one thing. You know, we're the laugh of the world with this guy we've got now. And this man is, you know, he shows what you can do in this country. And he had the least advantages of any of us.
Even so, there is much work to do and momentum to regain.
He's got a lot of repair work to do in Florida, and there's no better place to start than right here and tell voters that their votes are going to count. That's what they want to hear.
Back live now in Kissimmee for a town hall style meeting, if you include the fact that it'll be viewed by millions and that there's tons of media here as well for this very warm, personal town hall meeting. Nonetheless, everybody getting ready for Senator Obama to show up here. And again, after Florida is given the cold shoulder and kept at arm's length for so long this year, he is now giving them the Barack Obama bear hug as he knows just how critical this state is in November. The political fiction that it wouldn't count or couldn't count is now over, and his campaign's confident that some agreement will be reached that will make Florida happy. Whether it makes Hillary Clinton happy, that's another matter. But the Obama campaign is in a giving mood right now because they're in the driver's seat among pledged delegates, and they have every confidence that he indeed will be the nominee. More from Kissimmee later. For now, reporting live from this town hall meeting, Michael Williams, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Michael. You can check out extended clips of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama's appearances by heading to CBS4.com/campaign08. And while you're there, you can check out a CBS 4 web producer's blog as he tours South Florida with Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, Republican John McCain traveled cross country for a campaign stop in California tonight. Yesterday, McCain visited South Florida, where he held a town hall meeting. There, McCain said he will continue to follow President Bush's policy towards Cuba, stressing he will not meet with Raul Castro until all political prisoners are freed.
Now the story that will have South Florida buzzing.
Right now, Jason is not going to be at training camp. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're going to talk about our players now.
Jason Taylor was emotional as he walked off the field at the end of last season, but could that have been Jason's last dance in a Miami Dolphins uniform? And that is something we will have to wait a few months to answer.
That's because the Dolphins star has become a big star in Hollywood. He came in second place on Dancing with the Stars last night, and now comes word that he's in no rush to return to South Florida. What's up with that? CBS 4 Sports Director Jim Barry is here now. So, Jim, a lot of the Dolphins fan out there are wondering what's going on.
I don't think they're going to like my answer because I'm afraid that Jason Taylor's marriage with the Dolphins appears headed for divorce. The Dolphins' new coach reveals that JT is not expected on the practice field at all. While the Dolphins sweated out in voluntary workouts under a new regime, the new coach confirms that Jason Taylor will be a no-show for some time.
I know that Jason is not going to be in any mini camps, and I know that right now Jason is not going to be at training camp.
Translated, Taylor wants out. While his teammates soak up a new defense, Taylor is trying to force a trade to a team that is contending, not rebuilding. Even as he danced his way to a second-place finish in Dancing with the Stars, Taylor still sounded like his mind is on football.
You came to this competition a tough football player, and now you're an elegant dancer. How has this whole season been for you?
I'm still a tough football player, too. Don't forget that.
Taylor is a former Defensive Player of the Year and 6-time Pro Bowler, but still got an icy reception from new Dolphin boss Bill Parcells. His teammates believe if the rift is settled, Taylor can still be the man.
When JT does come back and he gets here in this building and he starts to work out and starts to, commit himself to this team and what we have going on here, you don't have to worry about that guy. He shows up to play all the time.
Taylor may hope his next sack is with another team, but the Dolphins may sack him with a reminder.
Jason's a player under contract with the Miami Dolphins. He knows that. Both parties are well aware of the information. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're going to talk about our players now.
All right, the Finns could fine Taylor for missing camp if it comes to that. He's due to make more than $16 million next season, so it's hard to imagine that he won't play somewhere. But here, quite honestly, right now, I don't know. And by the sounds of things, I don't think so.
I don't know. The lure of Hollywood is strong, and the kind of money he can make there, too. It might make him walk away.
I think Jason Taylor wants to play football again next year. I think he wants to get a Super Bowl ring. The Dolphins were 1-15. It's going to be a couple of years before they're back on the map, and his time is going to be up. So I think he wants to be traded maybe to Dallas or Jacksonville or a team that's got a shot.
Play one more year, and then Hollywood will come. All right, thanks. Still ahead, is your child's education on the line?
The Miami-Dade School Board has gathered to swing the budget axe. We'll tell you who and what might be cut. That's coming up in a live report.
And what's next for Kennedy? The senator heads home from the hospital to consider options to treat his brain cancer.
And in search of the perfect fit. Ladies, this one's for you because apparently when it comes to bras, most women are wearing the wrong one. And there's an Oprah connection to the story. We'll be right back.
This summer, in the hottest place in the world, comes one deal too good to pass up.
Just makes it all that more exciting, you know?
Starting May 21st, you have 3 months to live free. Visit 3monthsmovie.com.
I'm Shannon Horry. Tonight at 11 on CBS 4 News, Barack and Hillary come to Florida. CBS 4 News is traveling with both candidates to take you inside every campaign event.
I'm Antonio Mora. Personal care products like makeup, toothpaste, and shampoo. Did you know none of that stuff is FDA regulated? See what the I-Team reveals about dangerous ingredients and things you use every day.
Plus, learn 8 ways to boost your brain power.
We'll have all that and more tonight at 11 on CBS 4 News.
Rooms to Go is about to shock you. Right now, choose any beautiful room at any price up to $3,000. Pay just $30 a month. And believe it or not, Rooms to Go pays your interest until May 2012. 4 years from now. That's any living room, $30 a month. Any bedroom, $30 a month. Any dining room, $30 a month. Interest-free until May 2012. Choose from over 100 great rooms, just $30 a month. Now through Memorial Day at Rooms to Go.
Feel the beat of savings at Tamiami Chrysler Jeep. Honk and save with 0 down and 0 APR financing. Plus, get the best in-industry lifetime powertrain warranty. And save at the pump with higher fuel efficiency. Choose from thousands of units and get big savings on cars, minivans, and Jeep models.
It's always simple, fast, convenient at Tamiami Chrysler Jeep.
Now at 5, Senator Ted Kennedy walks out of a Boston hospital and waves to the cameras. The senator is home from the hospital tonight.
He was released from a Boston hospital just 1 day after the world learned that he is suffering from brain cancer. CBS 4's Susan Roberts has more on the senator's condition and his course of treatment.
Senator Kennedy has been the rock of this family for decades, guiding them through tragedy after tragedy, and it appears that this time is no different, even though he's the one affected. Senator Kennedy moved slowly to his car, greeted by family and his 2 dogs as he left the hospital in Boston. The bandage on the back of his head marks the spot where doctors performed the biopsy that found a malignant brain tumor. The senator and his wife, Vicki, drove directly to the family compound in Hyannisport.
Thank you. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well.
They headed straight to the beach for a walk with the dogs and planned to stay at the compound for the Memorial Day weekend. Well-wishers gathered to greet the senator and to show their support.
Well, we wanted to see him and you know, let him know that somebody's rooting for him and that, you know, in some small way that we're thankful for, you know, all that he's done.
The Kennedys are waiting for more test results to help decide their course of treatment. The tumor is growing on the senator's parietal lobe above his left ear. It's an area that controls language and motor function. Experts say surgery could risk damaging his speech, and doctors are likely to rely on radiation and chemotherapy.
If this legislation is passed,
the senator is 76 years old, but the hospital says he bounced back remarkably well after the biopsy. They had planned to keep him at least another day, but decided to let him recuperate at home instead. His wife says he's even pushing to compete in a sailboat race this weekend. And should Senator Ted Kennedy decide not to come back to the Senate, Massachusetts would adopt its new law of succession that was put into law actually in 2004, and that would require a special election to fill his vacancy 145 to 160 days after he left the seat. In Hyannisport, I'm Susan Roberts, CBS 4 News.
Great to see him at least walking out of that hospital and seemingly doing as well as he can be.
And pretty quickly, too. Yeah, released earlier than thought.
Right. Well, still ahead, are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Well, you might not be smarter than this one.
So I just jumped up and did the hamburger arm twice and it popped out. The hamburger.
All in a day's work for this little boy. Coming up, how a lesson learned saved a life.
Also, the amazing twirling bear. He wowed you with what he could do with a stick. Wait until you see what he's up to now.
He's so cute. And later at 6, President Bush announces a change in American policy toward Cuba, what you will soon be allowed to send to relatives there.
Get in the zone, the South Florida Ford Sports Zone. Join Jim, Kim, and Prim for your all-access, all-star, all-sports experience. Get more than the score with South Florida Ford Sports Zone. Saturdays at 7, only on CBS 4.
Hey, guests first. Matt, honey, what would you like?
Go ahead. A whole bucket's drumsticks. Thighs. Have one of both.
There's plenty of the good stuff to go around. Get 10 moist and juicy drumsticks and thighs for only $7.99. Life tastes better with KFC.
Hello, I'm Scott Schlesinger from the Schlesinger Law Offices. If smoking has caused you or a loved one to suffer from a tobacco-related illness prior to November 21st, 1996, you may qualify for a portion of a trust fund of approximately $600 million. The Dade County Circuit Court has given you just days to register your claim. For more information, please call our offices toll-free at 866-831-3689 or visit SchlesingerLawOffices.com.
See what the buzz is all about at Lauderdale BMW, South Florida's premier BMW dealer. The 2008 328i sedan. Lease starting from just $389 a month. Zero cost full maintenance, raising the bar with its exceptional design and performance. The 2008 328i sedan. Now at Lauderdale BMW with 2 locations in Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines. Lauderdale BMW, the real difference.
Closed captioning, sponsored by City Furniture, offering no interest until 2012 and same-day delivery 7 days a week. CBS 4 Weather is brought to you by the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians.
Shifting winds have now blown most of the thick smoke from the brush fire in the Everglades away from us, but the battle to contain the fires isn't over yet. Right now, firefighters say the fire is 50% contained. So far, the fire has torched more than 40,000 acres. Forestry officials believe the fire is man-made, but they're not sure.
Chief Meteorologist David Bernard joins us right now, and in addition to those fires, it's just plain hot out there.
Yeah, I know. Day 2 of record heat across the area, and it's still hot out there. 92 degrees in Miami-Dade, 93 still in Fort Lauderdale, and Key West has 86. The stickiness scale is a 3 right now, which is fairly comfy, but it feels like 96. And look at the west winds at 15, gusting to 28 today. Anytime you have a west wind like that and lots of sunshine, forget it. We are going to really blowtorch and get hot temperatures like we did today. Now, tomorrow, our true view is going to show more of a south wind, so that's not as hot for us, and we'll see a chance of storms mostly in the afternoon. And I think that's the beginning of our storm chance going up as we go into the weekend. In fact, on Friday, fairly humid and a good chance of storms being around with deeper moisture across South Florida. And then for Saturday, a late season cold front's going to come in from the north. Now, this might set up a really stormy Saturday. So right now for Saturday, warm and humid and storms likely. And I know it's the Memorial Day weekend, but the good news in all of this, if you want to look for the silver lining, is this front's going to push through on Sunday. So there may be a spotty shower on Sunday, but the trend will be a drying breeze and also lower humidity, and that's going to hold for Memorial Day, which right now, if you look at Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it looks like Monday's the nicest day with less humid and a lot of sun and breeze across the area, but lurking down to the south and east, that could be rainy season moisture, meaning that the rains could be setting in on a daily basis as soon as the middle of next week. Here's our forecast for tonight. A warm breeze, fairly nice, and 74. For tomorrow, not as hot with afternoon storms building and a high temperature of 92 degrees. On the water, south winds at 10 tomorrow, seas 1 to 2, and the bays are going to see a light chop. So here's our outlook the next few days. Gradually take the temperatures down, but the storm chances go up. Storms around Friday, storms likely Saturday, a drying breeze on Sunday, sun and breeze on Monday, and a high temperature of 84 degrees, and then a few showers can be expected on Tuesday with a high temperature of 86. Well, I was very pleased today. I did a fantastic event for the Mental Health Association of Broward. Their EPIC Awards, exceptional people impacting the community. 6 wonderful people in the people got awards, including that was Connie Francis that I was getting ready to refer to. Remember Where the Boys Are?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
No,
so after that, this now is a portrait of myself, 4 different faces of David Bernard. That was done by the Nine Muses Art Center that's located in Lauder Hills. These are for people with behavioral illnesses. They go in and they do paintings and they sell them to the public to raise money, and they did that nice portrait of me today. So I want to thank everybody with mental health of Broward for a great event today, and also I want to thank Sandra Booth and Chuck Williams.
I thought the one on the lower right looked more like Elliot Rodriguez.
I know. Well, I passed around the newsroom, and that's what everyone kind of thought, but those were the 4 faces of David Bernard, I guess you could say.
The 4 different faces.
It was a lot of fun and good cause.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Well, here's a story all women can relate to: bad-fitting bras. Even if you don't want to admit it, you're a victim of it. Studies have shown 85% of women are wearing the wrong bra size. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo met the expert bra fitter Oprah uses to show you the ABCs and DEFs of comfortable and sexy support.
Welcome to Intimacy, a beautiful new boutique in Aventura Mall specializing in a one-of-a-kind approach to bra fit and fashion. Susan Nethero, known nationally as the Bra Whisperer, says finding the right fit has nothing to do with a tape measure. It's as individual as you are.
We practice a holistic method of fitting, and it's different from a tape measure. A tape measure is a great tool for telling distance, but it doesn't really tell us about the landscape.
Unlike department stores that carry only a few sizes, Susan carries European brands that range from A cups to K cups.
And with the proper lift here, we can lift a woman's breasts up 4, maybe even 5 inches.
Without having to cut.
Exactly.
Here is Monica in an ill-fitting bra, not enough support in the front, causing spillage out the sides, and the sides and back are riding too high, creating back fat. Now in her properly engineered bra, Monica is supported in the front, and the band on the back and side sit low and fitted.
No back fat now. And if you turn sideways and we put our arm up, you can see that it's level or lower in the back.
When fitted properly, Susan says most women will go down a back size and up a cup size. Monica thought she was a 34C and is now a 32D. In her bad fit bra, Gwen thought she was a 34C and is now a 30D in this beautiful demi bra. Tracy started out in the wrong pink bra that rode up her back and was wholly supported by the straps.
So that's digging in and causing a lot of shoulder pain.
She went from a 38D to a refitted elegant 34G.
So we're going to be pulling her center, making her look much narrower.
So whether you like your bras sweet, sexy, strong, or sassy, you can feel confident and supported if you have the right fit.
Brave lady. So remember, Susan says the right fit is all in the sides, then the front will fall into place. She also says the way to double the lifetime of your bra is to put it in a bag like this, wash it in your machine with a mild detergent in cold water, then hang to dry. Never put a bra in a dryer. I'm Lisa Petrillo, CBS 4 News.
It's hard to believe, though. 85% of women wear the wrong size. I'm sure you have lots to talk about with this. Please, share.
Learn a new thing every day. And certainly learned mine tonight. Well, Shannon and I are heading off to work on our 6 o'clock news, and we hope to see you then.
Here are Elliot Rodriguez and Erica Von Teal. What's coming up at 5:30?
Shannon Antonio, Florida leads the nation in accidental child drowning.
Yeah, we seem to cover all of these tragedies all the time. Now there's a big push to save young lives. It's a story that every parent needs to watch.
Is your love life in need of a facelift? Well, you might want to go for a love lift. I'm Dr. Sean Knepp, and I'll tell you all about it coming up.
Plus, we'll show you how local paramedics practice to make sure they're trained to save lives.
CBS 4 News at 5:30 starts right after the break.
It's the one show.
William Shakespeare.
Where one word.
Mailing.
List.
Street.
Address.
Could be worth
$1 million.
$1 million password.
Let's go.
Where big celebrities.
I'm here for you.
Team up with real people.
I feel a little starstruck.
To win big money.
Pass. I'm going for it. Shit. I thought he was cursing.
Hosted by the one and only
Regis Philbin.
$1 Million Password premieres CBS Sunday, June 1st.
Hurry in now for Toyota's banner sales event with great deals and a huge selection of Toyotas. Check out the all-new 09 Toyota Corolla, the #1 selling subcompact in America. It's also fuel efficient with a 35 miles per gallon highway rating. And now lease a new 09 Corolla LE for $229 a month for 48 months with $229 due at signing. Or get $750 cash back. That's $750 cash back on new 09 Corolla models. The banner sales event ends soon, so hurry into your Toyota dealer today.
When you want the whole story, count on the combined resources of CBS 4 News and the Miami Herald, working together every day to cover your world.
Rapids Water Park is bigger, better, and wetter than ever. With the new Splash Island, with 4 new attractions and 10 hot slides, we're taking dipping, twisting, dunking, dropping, soaking, and drenching to a whole new level. Experience the new Splash Island at Rapids Water Park.
This summer, in the hottest place in the world, comes one deal too good to pass up.
Just makes it all that more exciting, you know?
Starting May 21st, you have 3 months to live free. Visit 3monthsmovie.com.
BrandsMart USA is having a huge Memorial Day sale. Save big in every department throughout the store. Get a top-loading DVD player from Attack for $18.88. Sylvania's DVD VCR combo is $48.88. A GPX 7-inch portable DVD player is $68.88. Capture your summer memories with Canon's 5-megapixel digital camera for $98.88. Or get Canon's digital camcorder with 35 times optical zoom for $148.88. Get a Sharp 26-inch flat panel LCD TV DVD combo for $498.88. BrandsMart USA, of course, your favorite brands at low, low prices.
WeatherBug is brought to you by South Florida Honda Dealers.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Right now, proposed school bus cuts are under protest at Miami-Dade School Board headquarters. Hello again, I'm Erica Vontiel.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. The Miami-Dade County School Board needs to slash $284 million from its budget. We could see cuts in everything from school safety to student counseling, even to how thousands of kids get to and from school every day. CBS 4's Natalia Zaya live outside school board headquarters in Miami right now. Natalia, have they decided anything yet?
Well, they haven't yet voted on any of the really contentious items, and we know that especially because all of these protesters are still here outside. What you don't see are all the folks who are inside this building packing the chambers there during this school board meeting and waiting for these budget cuts to be brought up. It seems this school board meeting has brought out everyone's protest spirit. School board police officers are out here fighting layoffs. They say that less cops in schools will mean more crime. Parents and students are out here protesting the proposal to cut busing for the magnet programs and vocational schools. And teachers are out here too, rallying against the plan to postpone the pay raises they say were promised in their contracts.
We're making a statement that we need to be treated with respect, with salaries, so that we can continue to do the great job that we do each day with our boys and girls.
Back out here live, the deputy superintendent tells me they have got to find places to cut. They say they have cut central administration. They've done everything they can, but they say with this huge budget deficit they have, and they say that's because of rising costs and less tax revenue, they say they're just in a bind and they're cutting anywhere they can. We'll continue to follow this for you. We're heading on into the meeting. We'll show you what happens tonight at 11. We're live in Miami. Natalia Zaya, CBS 4 News.
Thanks, Natalia. For your money tonight, the price of oil has taken an unprecedented jump. Oil prices now top $132 a barrel. The move came after the government reported that supplies of crude oil and gasoline unexpectedly declined last week. That means for all of us that we're likely in for more expensive gas. A gallon of gas rose overnight to a new national record above $3.80 a gallon. It's already higher than that here in South Florida. So just how bad is it? Well, get this. American Airlines just announced it will charge $15 for checking just one bag. Just one bag. The airline is trying to cover the high cost of fuel. It will also raise fees for other services, including reservation help and oversized bags. The airline also plans to cut some of its domestic flights and lay off workers. American is the first in the nation to charge for just one bag, but unfortunately, they probably won't be the last. It's hard to believe they're doing this.
Absolutely. Going to have to dig deeper into your pocket.
Yeah, or just pack less and do the carry-on.
That's right, or drive, but that's another problem right here. Well, oil company executives were on the hot seat today on Capitol Hill. The Senate Judiciary Committee asked industry leaders why fuel prices continue to rise. An executive from ExxonMobil says the companies are not to blame.
When energy prices are high, the urge to point fingers at oil companies is strong, but undercutting the ability of American companies like ExxonMobil to compete in a huge global marketplace only makes it harder for Americans to secure the energy they need at competitive prices.
BP executives said global forces are driving the high prices. Executives from ConocoPhillips, Shell, and Chevron are also testifying.
Remember the hanging Chad debacle in the 2000 presidential race? Well, if you're fuzzy on the details, here's a chance to relive the whole ordeal. This Sunday, HBO will be airing their account of those 36 days in the movie Recount. Here's a scene talking about the famous hanging Chad.
Yeah. So when you take these ballots and you put them through the tabulating system, what happens is the hanging Chad get pushed back into the holes, and the machines read it as if the holes were never actually punched. So then, these are discarded as undervotes. But wait. Sometimes hanging Chad don't even hang, they're just dimpled. Dimpled.
Well, this is just a sneak peek at the film. It includes stars like Kevin Spacey you saw there with Dennis Leary. A group of the individuals that played real roles in the Recount watched a private screening of the movie last week in Tallahassee. Here's what they had to say about the film.
It's a tense movie, and I think it builds to the climax at the end, and you follow it, and you've even forgotten some of those things that happened. You guys probably didn't, but I mean, some of the people involved and stuff, and it brings it back. It's in stark reality, not always accurate.
They caught the concepts. I mean, they caught the sense of it, but again, they just kind of, for the purposes of the drama, put some things together that just didn't happen that way.
Recount will be airing this Sunday at 9 on HBO. Hard to believe it was so many years ago.
Yeah, and it's a history lesson. You know what's interesting is you say, how could that have happened?
Right.
And now we're going through what's happening with the delegates from Michigan and Florida, and votes possibly not being counted. It's like history repeating itself.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
That's right. Can't wait to see that. All right, there are fewer criminals and drugs on the streets of Miami-Dade County today. A special unit of Miami-Dade police officers went out early yesterday on a drug sweep. Their operation focused on areas near public schools. In all, 155 people were arrested. Officers also picked up more than 39,000 grams of marijuana, plus more than 230 grams of cocaine and several weapons.
A traveling magazine salesman from Arizona will remain in jail. He's charged with the death of his co-worker. Jeremy Johnson appeared in bond court today. He was denied bond. Johnson and his co-worker, Robert Spruill, got into a fight with another man over the weekend. They allegedly broke into his room at the Golden Nugget in Sunny Isles, and they confronted him. They believed he was selling drugs to their agents. Spruill was stabbed to death during that confrontation. The man made famous for creating the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC is now headed to prison. Lou Pearlman engineered a decades-long scam that bilked thousands of investors out of their life savings. The dollar amount is so staggering, $300 million. Now, many of these victims were Pearlman's own friends and elderly relatives. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison for the crime. And here's an interesting side note. The judge said he had reduced Pearlman's sentence by 1 month for every $1 million he returned to his investors. It's not clear how or if they ever will be compensated.
Well, Florida leads the nation in the number of child drownings, and a new study is prompting a nationwide warning tonight. The number of drowning deaths is up about 6% from an average of 267 a year to 283. The majority of deaths and injuries occurring in residential settings and involving children ages 1 and 2. Now, the fact that these tragedies are preventable is something to think about as we head into the summer swimming season. That's the message behind a new program sponsored by the Broward Sheriff's Office. CBS 4's Maribel Rodriguez has more on the effort to save young lives.
My great-grandson, Jamari, was found floating in the top of the family pool.
Accidental drowning of toddlers is the leading cause of death in Broward County of children under the age of 5.
It's an alarming fact, but it's true. 2-year-old Jamari Johnson is one of 26 toddlers killed in Broward County by accidental drownings since 2005.
Since March the 15th, I and my family have just been devastated. It is horrendous. You just can't fathom a 2-year-old drowning in a pool and then deal with it.
And because of that, the Broward Sheriff's Office is launching the largest public safety campaign in BSO history to prevent families like Jamari's from going through the unbearable pain of losing a child in an accidental drowning.
Your pool can become your child's grave.
It's a harsh reality, but they will be using that phrase on 20 billboards across the county, as well as flyers and door hangers. They will also be airing a very powerful public safety announcement.
The outside itself wasn't protected, and because of that, my great-grandson is gone.
So sad. She is now an advocate for pool safety. Now, Broward volunteers will be going door to door, putting these door hangers on homes. They will also be providing CPR classes. For more information on what BSO will be doing all summer long to prevent these tragedies, you can log on to our website, cbs4.com. At BSO headquarters, Maribel Rodriguez, CBS 4 News.
Now, besides the obvious, there are things every parent can do to prevent a child from drowning. Don't leave toys and floats in the pool that can attract young children and cause them to fall in the water trying to reach them. Inspect drain covers and do not allow children to swim in the pool if a cover is broken or missing. Always be prepared for an emergency by having rescue equipment and a phone near the pool, and parents should learn CPR. Now, since every second counts, always look for a missing child in the pool first. For more information on swim safety, a lot more tips, just go to CBS4.com and click on Summer Zone. And one other tip, when my daughters were younger, we had those kiddie fences around the pool.
So smart.
They may not be the most attractive, but they are certainly well worth it.
More important to be safe than have a pretty looking pool. Still ahead, an officer throws himself into the path of danger.
And we have the dramatic video to prove it. The story is coming up right after the break.
Emergency rescue workers put their disaster response skills to the test. We're going to show you how they competed in a competition of paramedic proportions.
A new fire station is supposed to go up on this land very soon, but 9 little creatures may stop the entire construction project. Their story coming up at 6.
You're watching CBS 4 News at 5:30. We're covering Coral Gables, Little Havana, West Park, and your South Florida neighborhood.
We'll be right back.
Next, E.T. and the Insider, Ted Kennedy's brain tumor treatment, plus the Osmonds backstage.
I gotta put my eyes on.
Okay. Then Swingers, the new show, and real-life wife swapping, plus new wedding bloopers. Next, E.T. and Insider.
Starting tonight at 7 on CBS 4.
It's Tour de French Toast at IHOP. 4 phenomenal French toasts, topped, swirled, and stuffed with goodness and served with all your favorites. IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy. Call IHOP and get it to go with IHOP and Go.
Floor & Decor is having an effect on people.
This is it, honey. Right. No, it's this one. This one, right. That one. It's got to be that one. I mean, it absolutely has to be this one.
Come see for yourself at Floor & Decor's Memorial Day Markdown event, where you'll find the largest flooring selection at the lowest prices, in stock every day. Like 16-inch ceramic tile from 49 cents, laminate from 49 cents, travertine from $1.66, plus markdowns throughout the store. Hurry in. Sale ends Monday at Floor & Decor. Now you're onto something.
Here's what's on CBS 4 tonight. Brought to you in HD TV by BrandSmart USA and Lincoln.
Let's go ride a couple of dolphins, or maybe play tennis, or do some golfing. Oh, what a wonder, a wonderful world can be.
Or float a lazy river and walk with sharks and shiver, or glide with a manna the size of Alabama. Oh, what a wonder.
Call 1-800-ATLANTIS now and book 2 nights from only $199. Atlantis.
If you own a home or other structure that has polybutylene pipe with insert fittings, you may be entitled to free replacement of your plumbing if it has leaked. To qualify, your PB plumbing must have been installed between January 1st, 1978 and July 31st, 1995. For information on your legal rights and free plumbing replacement, visit pbpipe.com or call 800-392-7591. That's 800-392-7591.
Here's what's on CBS 4 tonight. Brought to you by Publix and Southeast Toyota.
Now to a close call for an officer in Michigan. Take a look at this hard-to-forget video. It's an officer was responding to a drunk driving crash when an out-of-control car swerved. We've slowed it down here. Take a look. The officer pushed 3 people to safety, including a nurse, but he was hit. Now, that nurse grabbed the officer's radio and called for help. The officer is expected to be okay. The driver of the car that hit him didn't stop.
Wow.
Or they did stop.
A mother and an infant are rushed to the hospital after their house catches fire, but this was not your typical firefight. Check out the massive fire at this pricey mansion in Potomac, Maryland. The pictures from the air are even more impressive when you see the scope of the fire and the size of the house. Now, the mother and her baby are going to be okay. The house was gutted by the flames.
A brave Seattle 5th grader now knows the true meaning of paying it forward. Ryan Tyler saved his classmate's life by performing the Heimlich maneuver. They were having hamburgers when a piece got stuck in his classmate's throat.
It was somewhere by my mouth up here, further up, so I tried to swallow it. Then it got farther stuck down here. So I just jumped up and did the Heimlich on him twice, and it popped out, the hamburger.
Now, Ryan learned the technique from a stranger who rescued his sister from choking just a few years before. The 2 kids are pretty good friends now.
They'll be friends forever, I would say.
I've always wanted to try out that Heimlich maneuver. It seems I've always waited for the opportunity.
Hopefully
Never
you won't
had
have
one.
it, though.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, Claude returns for an encore.
Yeah, Claude is the black bear who can twirl a stick like a baton. Yeah, and he's actually managed to outdo himself. See for yourself in 10 minutes. Plus this.
A little bit of comfort from home for some soldiers very far away. Find out what these kids made for the men and women who are serving us in Iraq.
And I'm David Bernard in the Storm Center. We did it again. Day 2 of record heat across South Florida, but a change is on the way for tomorrow and a big change for the Memorial Day weekend. I'll tell you all about it when CBS 4 News at 5 comes back right after this.
Welcome to Progressive.com. Did you find your policy okay?
I did. Saved over $350.
We have a savings of $350. A savings of $350. You know, that comes with concierge claim service, local response claim service, and 24/7 live support, all at no extra charge.
Wow.
Wow, I know. I say it louder. Have a great day.
Lots of extra features that don't cost you extra. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
You have to admit, it's pretty easy to look at.
I know, but...
I mean, everything about it's new.
I know, but...
Beautiful lines, lower profile.
Yes, I know.
When you first see it, it's hard not to stare at it.
I get that.
Besides, you can't be the center of attention all the time.
You should probably stop right there.
The all-new, very impressive Accord. Lease a Honda Accord for $219 a month for well-qualified customers.
2% milk is an imposter. You might think it's low in saturated fat, but one glass has 20% more saturated fat than a small order of French fries. Switch to Smart Balance fat-free milk with omega-3s and vitamin E. It tastes rich and creamy like 2% without the saturated fat. Smart Balance milk with more calcium and protein. It's the real deal. 0% saturated fat, 100% delicious.
The GE Profile Refrigerator with Climate Keeper 2 maintains higher humidity to keep food garden fresh longer.
See stylish and innovative GE Profile refrigerators, dishwashers, and cooking products at BrandSmart USA. Now receive up to $500 cash back on up to 5 select GE Profile and GE Cafe appliances.
GE, imagination at work.
What's Lotto Plus?
It's Lotto Plus from the Florida Lottery. Now you can add millions to your jackpot. A $2 Lotto Plus jackpot starts at $13 million. A $3 Lotto Plus jackpot starts at $28 million. New Lotto Plus. It's Lotto Plus, millions more.
Cha-ching. My shoes.
Here are the current Florida Lotto jackpots.
It'll be much easier for Floridians to afford health insurance after today. Governor Charlie Crist signed legislation today that allows insurance companies to sell scaled-down medical coverage. That means you can sign up for plans without as much required coverage that costs more. The new law would make health insurance available for as little as $150 a month. Nearly 4 million Floridians currently do not have health insurance.
On your mark, get set. Save lives. Paramedics who answer 911 calls must respond instantly and effectively. CBS 4's Jade Alexander reports on a competition today that tested these lifesavers head-to-head in extreme situations.
Just minor lacerations and fractures. Okay.
The 16th annual University of Miami Stephanie Brown Advanced Life Support Paramedic Competition took place at the UM Gordon Center today. 14 fire departments were tested for their abilities in an emergency situation, using high-fidelity simulators and incorporating some of today's real-life disaster scenarios.
And they did so today with the improvised explosive devices, especially everything going on in Iraq. And even though we can't be there, it gave us a little taste of what it's like to compete and also to do the real life scenario like they would have to deal with in Iraq.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think Hallandale Beach did?
I think we did a 9.99.
Just because there's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement, that's correct.
With Army personnel supervising and judges keeping score, paramedic teams were graded on their skills in extreme situations, like the ones many of our troops have faced.
The lessons that they're learning overseas and around the world are really transferring to the civilian public safety personnel here. They're learning so much more about trauma care and how to provide better, more acute care for the citizens of Miami-Dade, Broward County, this whole area.
These rival rescuers enjoyed a little healthy competition in a pretend situation, but their first love is being a real-life paramedic.
Absolutely. I remember being very small, and there was a show called Rescue 51, and I knew at that time, I said, that's what I want to do. So, yeah.
No regrets?
No regrets. It's the greatest job on earth.
Every single one of these paramedics is a winner just for doing what they do. They spend their lives saving ours. But if you want to know who took home the first place trophy in this competition, we've got that on our website at CBS4.com. In downtown Miami, Jade Alexander, CBS 4 News.
Well, let's see, 120 degrees, 150. What does it feel like?
It feels like that, but in the AC of the car, it's just perfect.
That's right, David Bernard. How about it?
I'm going to show you what it feels like right now with our exclusive WeatherBug network. For instance, in Aventura right now at Highland Oaks Elementary School, it's 91 and it feels like 96 degrees. Yuck! At Northeast 38th Street and 3rd Avenue in Fort Lauderdale, it's 89 and feels like 93. And it's 89 right now in Sweetwater at the St. Agatha School, and it feels like 92. Check out these high temperatures today. Yep, a record again at Miami, 95. A record again at Fort Lauderdale, 96. We made it to 94 here at CBS 4 in Doral. Key West, we were warm as well, 88 degrees with a low temperature only at 80. Here are the rest of the high temperatures over South Florida. Again, no one escaped the heat today. Pompano Beach blazing again at 95. Same with Northwest Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines. 94 in West Kendall, 92. If you want to call that a little bit better, for far south Dade, Homestead, Florida City, and Cutler Bay. And there you can see Opelika checking in with a high temperature today of 93 degrees. You can check these neighborhood temperatures anytime you want at CBS4.com. Now, tomorrow in our True View, there are some subtle changes. We're going to say a touch less heat with some afternoon storms. Now, the reason it's not going to be as hot tomorrow as it has been the last couple of days is our winds are going to be coming from the due south. So that's still a warm wind, especially the further north you are, but it's nothing compared to the southwest and west winds that we've had the last couple of days. And there's going to be a little bit more moisture around, and so we think there'll at least be the threat of storms. The best chance of storms probably from Broward on up to the north. Otherwise, over the southeast, they're getting a break from the heat in places like Atlanta after a lot of severe weather last night. Behind the front, a beautiful day at 77. Nashville has 74 degrees. Not so nice in the northeast today. A stronger front coming in from the north and west. Showers out ahead of it. Pittsburgh 55, New York 61. Here's our forecast for tonight. A warm breeze and 74 for tomorrow. Not as hot, but still pretty warm at 92 with some afternoon storms building. And on the water, south winds at 10, seas 1 to 2 feet. And the Bay see a light chop. Into the weekend, the storm chances going up. So storm chances likely on Saturday, but then a drying breeze. Look at the temperature dropping to 84 on Sunday. And for Memorial Day, lots of breezy sun, and it looks good with a high temperature of 84 with the humidity dropping, maybe a few showers on Tuesday. So again, for the holiday weekend right now, guys, it looks like Monday is the best day, Saturday's the worst day, and Sunday somewhere in between. But it should be pretty pleasant on Sunday and Monday once that front gets through.
Just keeps getting better over the weekend.
Yeah, the heat will break after Saturday.
Right. Thank you, David.
Okay.
Thanks, David. Well, he's at it again. If you saw the video we showed you a couple weeks ago, you probably remember Claude. He's a black bear at the zoo in Hiroshima, Japan. He's charmed people with this. It's his ability to twirl a stick as if it were a baton. Well, when the local baseball team gave Claude a couple of baseball bats, he immediately became interested. He picked one up and, you guessed it, started twirling it. Now, zoo officials say that they hope it's a sign the local baseball team is headed for victory. You can only guess what that means for Claude's future.
Or at least they have a mascot.
And it could be the Good News Bears.
That's right. All right, next at 5:30, the Love Lift.
Yeah, it changes you on the inside. Call it cosmetic surgery for your relationship. CBS 4's Dr. Sean Kniff explains how it works after the break.
But right now, here's Shannon Horry with a look at what's coming up, all new at 6.
The Good News Bears. I like that, Erica. Yeah, Elliot, we have live team coverage of this big political day in Florida. Hillary Clinton spent all day in South Florida. Barack Obama is making his way here. Find out what both candidates are saying about your vote. Then a new policy regarding cell phones and Cuba, what President Bush says you can now send your relatives there, and also how 9 burrowing owls are affecting an entire firehouse. We'll see you at 6.
CBS 4 Weather is brought to you by the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians.
You step off the train, and you're dead before you know it.
Son of Sam all over again.
We have an officer down.
We got 7 bodies, Hodge.
It's not your call.
You're putting me in my place?
You've asked JJ to marry me.
Well, congratulations.
Oh my God.
Criminal Minds, the season finale. Then a hostage crisis.
I want it done.
A CSI caught in the middle.
I'm done. You just been stringing me along?
The CSI New York and Criminal Minds season finales tonight. This summer, in the hottest place in the world, comes one deal too good to pass up.
Just makes it all that more exciting, you know?
Starting May 21st, you have 3 months to live free. Visit 3monthsmovie.com.
For an extraordinary 2-night getaway, nothing compares to Imperial Majesty's cruise from Fort Lauderdale to Nassau Paradise Island, Bahamas. Call today and 2 people cruise for the price of 1 on several sailings in June. Imperial Majesty is an amazing cruise experience with comfortable cabins, fine dining, full spa, Las Vegas-style casino, live entertainment, and so much more. Be sure to call 877-805-SHIP today and 2 people sail for the price of 1. That's 877-805-SHIP.
It's the exhibition people can't stop talking about. Bodies the Exhibition. Real human bodies like you've never seen before. Seen by millions worldwide, Bodies the Exhibition has been extended due to popular demand. You have to see it to believe it. Bodies the Exhibition. Extended due to popular demand at Las Olas Riverfront. Upstairs at 300 Southwest 1st Avenue. For tickets, log on to bodiestickets.com and see it before it's gone.
Watch Dave do what no one thought possible.
1, 2, 3.
It's the biggest home makeover we've ever done.
That's a wower.
Next Oprah.
Tomorrow at 4 on 4.
This segment of Dr. Sean is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. Speak and be heard.
Okay, I know I don't have to ask you this question because I've heard your stories. Does your romantic relationship need a jump start? If it does, there is hope for you.
Yeah, a team of South Florida therapists say you might just need a love lift. These are therapy sessions that could get your love life off life support. CBS 4's Dr. Sean Kniff says just think of it as cosmetic surgery on the inside.
If you're noticing a few wrinkles in your relationship, you're not alone.
If you're in a relationship for any length of time, then you're eventually going to get to that point where you need a tune-up, so to speak.
Relationship therapists Melissa Bridges and Dr. Paul Mayoni say, like our faces and our bodies, our relationships age too.
Let's face it, most couples walking around could use a lift in their relationship.
That's why they offer an intensive therapy best described as a love lift.
What it is that we do here at Couples on the Brink is almost a little more like reconstructive surgery than just cosmetic surgery.
Like any operation, the Love Lift starts with anesthesia, providing a pain-free environment to discuss relationship problems.
That is the anesthesia that helps them to get over the hump, get over the hurdles that they need to make positive changes.
And while some couples are already anesthetized,
They are so numb that they have nothing left. They have no life left in their relationship.
in most cases, a relationship-saving surgery can be performed, and these Love Lift sessions can be intense.
Some couples require major surgery. They've been disconnected from each other for years upon years. There are layers of conflict, hostility, resentment.
We have them sit with us for 8 hours, sometimes in a day.
But Mayoni and Bridges say they work, offering hope even for couples on the brink.
There are so many things going right with couples. There are so many strengths and resources that they possess. Once a lot of the negativity is moved from a relationship, couples rediscover themselves just the way they did when they first met.
We bring them back to that place that they can remember why it is that they fell in love with each other.
Now, happy relationships are healthy for us, and studies have shown couples who decided to stay together even through those difficult times have fewer regrets than those who separated, and they're happier. So if you're a couple on the brink and you need a love lift, just visit cbs4.com/health, where you can find all of that information. Dr. Sean Kniff, CBS 4 News.
Good to see.
Yeah, good tips.
The news continues now with Antonio Moore and Shannon Horry.
CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Tonight, proof of Florida's importance in the race for president. Both Democrats are crisscrossing the state. Both Democrats are fighting for your vote.
The people who voted did nothing wrong, and it would be wrong to punish you.
Both Democrats are looking toward November.
We will not just win Florida, we will win this general election.
Tonight, live team coverage of Campaign 08. Good evening. I'm Antonio Moore.
And I'm Shannon Horry. This is quite a week in Florida politics. All three candidates for president are campaigning here.
Hillary Clinton is in South Florida tonight. Here's a live look at the Bank United Center at the University of Miami, where she will hold a rally in just a couple of hours.
She weaved her way here, starting in Boca this morning and then stopping in Sunrise. And Barack Obama is to our north. He started the day in Tampa and is speaking right now at a town hall meeting in Kissimmee. And let's take a live look as he's addressing supporters there. He's due here in South Florida tomorrow.
We have live team coverage of the candidates, their messages, and the crowds turning out to see them. Michael Williams traveled on the bus with Obama. Ted Scouten was on the Clinton campaign bus. And we begin with Ted in Sunrise. Ted.
Hey, Antonio, it certainly has been a very busy day for Senator Hillary Clinton, and it is not over yet. She has been meeting with supporters all day long. She began in Boca Raton, then made her way here to Sunrise, then it's on to Coral Gables. What she is basically trying to do is save her campaign.
It's with so much pride that I give you my mom, our next president, Senator Hillary Clinton.
From Sunrise to Boca Raton, Hillary Clinton is on a South Florida sweep, fighting for every vote she can get. Clinton spent the day rallying some of her strongest supporters, South Florida seniors at 2 retirement communities. She's ramping up her argument to get Florida's delegates seated at the National Convention.
I am here with a very simple message. The people of Florida deserve to have their votes counted, for you to know you're participating in nominating the next president.
Florida and Michigan's votes do not count in the final tally because both states pushed up their primaries. The Democratic Party punished both states by saying their delegates will not be seated at the National Convention.
You didn't break a single rule, and you should not be punished for matters beyond your control.
Senator Clinton is fighting for her political life now. With more calls for her to drop out of the race, she's hoping to get Florida and Michigan's delegates seated. Her supporters are fighting right alongside her.
It's almost 50-50 split down the middle, so how do you tell one person to get out of the race? It's just totally unfair.
Clinton says she worries that if the votes do not count, the Republicans could pick them up.
If Democrats send the message that we don't fully value your votes,
We know Senator McCain and the Republicans will be more than happy to have them.
And a live look now at the Bank United Center. That is at the University of Miami in Coral Gables. That's where Hillary Clinton will be tonight. That is expected to be the largest rally of the day there. Her bus left here just a little while ago to head down to Coral Gables. That is expected to get underway at 8 o'clock. We're live in Sunrise. I'm Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Ted. Now our team coverage continues with CBS 4's Michael Williams. And Michael is live in Kissimmee, and he's been traveling all day with the Obama campaign. Michael?
Good evening. As I step aside and you take a live look at Senator Obama at this town hall meeting, Kissimmee. We began our day with him in Tampa. He's talking about everything from the space program to the Florida economy as he takes questions from people at this town hall meeting. And he has no problem, by the way, nor does his confident staff, about counting the Florida vote. They say it will happen, though they have no formula. And they're speaking from a position of confidence because he has the majority of pledged delegates. He's beefing up his superdelegate count and believes he's well within grasp of the Democratic nomination. Let's look at his day. The Barack bear hug in Florida comes as his confident campaign staffers say the disputed Florida primary vote won by rival Hillary Clinton will count, though they don't say just how yet.
First of all, Senator Clinton has run an outstanding campaign.
That olive branch at a huge Tampa noontime rally is another sign of Obama's confidence and his desire to begin healing hurt feelings so he can focus on John McCain.
We can't afford 4 more years of George Bush foreign policy. That's why we can't afford John McCain.
And if the nomination is indeed his soon, Obama also will continue to face questions of race and politics, of whether many Americans will be able to see beyond their personal color barriers.
He is not 100% black. He is 100% all people, like my own daughters.
Can race be overcome? Can a black man win the presidency? What do you think about that debate?
I believe it can. I believe it is an issue for some people, but not all people, and I believe it's the issue of race is a minority of the country.
Again, looking live at Senator Barack Obama here as he addresses constituents, or hoped for constituents here in Kissimmee. He hopes he will win their vote. I talked with one noted political analyst in Florida, Susan McManus, a few hours ago in Tampa. She doesn't believe race will be a factor in this state because it's such a diverse state, but she says Barack Obama has plenty of fences to mend, especially given the big support that Hillary Clinton has had in Florida and given the fact that the Democratic Party has given that cold shoulder to Floridians for most of the year. But Barack Obama here the day after he gains the majority of pledged delegates, no coincidence. It's a sign of his confidence, a sign of Florida's importance in the general election, and it will be a key battleground state, as it always is. But Barack Obama very clearly believes he'll be the man making that battle for the Democrats. We'll be following him all the way to South Florida. For now, Michael Williams reporting live in Kissimmee.
Thank you, Michael. Another indicator of how important Florida is. John McCain was just here. He has now left Florida, but he is making time for one high-profile Floridian. The New York Times reports Governor Charlie Crist will sit down with McCain at his home in Arizona sometime this week. The Republican governor of Louisiana and former candidate Mitt Romney have also accepted invitations to meet with McCain. All three are considered to be possible running mates. A spokesperson for McCain say they do not discuss the VP selection process.
Well, it seems you can follow the money trail to find out which candidates are on top. All 3 candidates have filed their financial reports with the Federal Election Commission. Barack Obama raised $30.7 million in April. Hillary Clinton raised $21 million last month, but she's $29.5 million in debt. John McCain had his best fundraising month, getting $18 million. You can watch all of the candidates' live events in Florida and keep track of the latest polls by logging on to cbs4.com/campaign08.
Now to another day of steamy weather. Boy, oh boy, you needed to find some shade near the beach. We have some pictures of people enjoying Bayfront Park this afternoon. Oh, doesn't that look nice? So relaxing. We did reach record highs again today. Chief Meteorologist David Bernard is here now with more. Wouldn't you like to be lying under that tree there, David?
Oh, that looks pretty good, but you definitely needed the shade, that's for sure. So more record heat today, guys. 95 at Miami, 96 at Fort Lauderdale. We obliterated these old records. 93 back in 1981 in Miami, and the old record, 94, set back in 1968 in Fort Lauderdale. In fact, no one escaped the heat today. Look, area-wide, anywhere from Pompano Beach to West Kendall, temperatures were in the mid-90s. 95 in Northwest Fort Lauderdale and 92 in Homestead. maybe just a little bit better there. Now tomorrow, I think less heat because winds coming from the south. That's not as hot a wind for us as due out of the west like it has been the last couple of days. More moisture is going to be around. That means there's going to be the possibility for some afternoon storms. I think that storm chance is the beginning of a trend toward more wet weather as we go into the weekend. So we've got a lot happening for the Memorial Day holiday. I'll tell you about storminess, but a big change after that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, David. Tonight, 2 shootings near a North Miami home have a clearer connection. Janepsi Mesa shot and killed Ian Nassim yesterday. Police say he entered her house and that she shot him in self-defense. Mesa says Nassim was a business associate of her husband's. Orlando Mesa was shot and killed outside their house last month while he held his 20-month-old son. The toddler was wounded in the arm. CBS 4's Peter Dench spoke to police.
I was also very terrified of him. He is a person that the detectives in this investigation were looking at, but not to the exclusion of anyone else.
So definitely a suspect.
Definitely a suspect, someone they were looking at.
Police don't believe Nassim acted alone in shooting Mesa. They are still looking for at least one other suspect.
A man accused of stealing dozens of turtle eggs is sitting behind bars tonight. Giles Benamy is charged with 106 counts of killing and injuring an endangered species. Benamy was caught on Miami Beach carrying dozens of loggerhead turtle eggs. He's being held on a $500,000 bond. That is $5,000 per egg. The loggerhead turtle is on the federal endangered species list. Well, the scores are out, and it's not good news for some Florida third graders. FCAT scores were released today, and 1 in 5 third graders failed the reading section. 1 in 5. Statewide, nearly 16% of students failed. In Broward County, 72% of third grader students passed. The number drops in Miami-Dade. 67% of students scored high enough to pass. Students who failed the reading test must repeat that grade.
U.S. policy toward Cuba is changing tonight. You will soon be allowed to send cell phones to family and friends there. But critics say the cell phone plan announced by President Bush today reveals a disconnect from the reality in Cuba. CBS 4's Gary Nelson reports.
President Bush told the White House crowd today he's lifting the embargo, kind of. It's a play off Raul Castro's recent decision to permit Cubans to have cell phones.
And since Raul is allowing Cubans to own mobile phones for the first time, we're going to change our regulations to allow Americans to send mobile phones to family members in Cuba.
The president hopes more cell phones in Cuba will serve to increase free speech. Some Cuban Americans think it could help them reach out and touch someone.
I think it would be a good idea that they can communicate with their families back and forth with a cell phone.
But just to activate a cell phone in Cuba costs more than $100, nearly a half year's salary for a typical Cuban. A veteran reporter told me from Havana today for most, cell phones from the States will be largely useless.
Unless President Bush changes the embargo law so Cuban Americans can send their relatives more money, they're not going to have some money to activate these cell phones and use them. It's a meaningless gesture just to send the phones down here.
And in South Florida, some hung up on the president's cell phone gesture.
What we need to send is medicine and other kinds of help. I think cell phones alone are not going to help the situation over there.
Indeed, the U.S. embargo prohibits you from sending medicine to a sick relative in Cuba, but you can send them a cell phone now that they probably can't afford to use.
Miami Democratic Party Chairman Brett Berlin called the Bush administration's cell phone announcement today election year pandering, but he said a significant acknowledgement that the policy that has been in place has not worked. Gary Nelson, CBS 4 News.
The U.S. embargo allows Americans to send family in Cuba no more than $100 a month, and that is per Cuban household, not per person.
Not a lot. Coming up, a plan in one city to go solar.
Also ahead, do you give a hoot? Why a plan to build a firehouse may be put on hold thanks to some very little, but very special little creatures. We'll also have this.
It makes me feel happy that one of the soldiers will get my pillowcase.
Pillowcases crafted with love. How some South Florida children are showing all of us how to support the troops.
And we'll tell you why it may get easier to get out of your cell phone contract.
And later, the Dolphins head coach has some stern words about Jason Taylor, what we've learned about his future on the team.
You probably know from Coral Cadillac Commerce Advertising
that the dealer is in Coral's showroom, but you may not know I'm in Coral's virtual showroom too. It's the simplest way to shop at Coral Cadillac and Hummer. You just pick your car or truck. We send you the information on your selection and you pick it up or we deliver it to you.
Coral Cadillac Hummer, where the dealer is in.
Hands-on is a better way, hands down.
And now, clicking on is a simpler way.
I'm Shannon Horry. Tonight at 11 on CBS 4 News, Barack and Hillary come to Florida. CBS 4 News is traveling with both candidates to take you inside every campaign event.
I'm Antonio Mora. Personal care products like makeup, toothpaste, and shampoo. Did you know none of that stuff is FDA regulated? See what the I-Team reveals about dangerous ingredients and things you use every day.
Plus, learn 8 ways to boost your brain power.
We'll have all that and more tonight at 11 on CBS 4 News.
I'm just going to grab your x-rays. Okay, let's have a look.
Don't lose your shirt. Sign up for Comcast Digital Voice for just $33 a month for 12 months. With unlimited local and long distance plus voicemail. Because the less money you pay, the more you get to keep for yourself. Just call 1-800-COMCAST today. Comcast Digital Voice. It's Comcastic.
Bluetooth hands-free link, MP3 connectivity, ELS surround sound. All the luxuries of the modern world to go. The Acura TL. Acura. Advance.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
Don't miss the Memorial Day sale at Rec Warehouse. Save big on every pool in stock. Family-size pools, $2.99. Gigantic 24-foot pools, only $6.99. Your choice, wrought iron, wicker, or aluminum patio sets, only $3.99. 4 days only at Rec Warehouse.
In tonight's City by City report, we have news from Davie and Plantation, beginning with some very small but very protected animals standing in the way of a proposed new fire station in Davie. The problem is 9 burrowing owls have made their home at the site of a proposed firehouse at Flamingo Road and Southwest 26th Street. The land is owned by the town, but the birds are on the federal endangered species list. The town would need a permit then to build a fire station on owl territory. Opponents say they should preserve this site. The issue will be discussed at tonight's council meeting at 7 p.m.
The city of Parkland could take a big step tonight to go green. City commissioners will vote on a plan requiring all businesses to have solar-powered outdoor lighting. Solar panels are also under consideration for City Hall. Parkland is pushing hard for environmental changes. The city already gives residents rebates for hybrid cars and the installation of low-flow toilets and shower heads. If the bill passes, businesses will have until 2010 to get the solar panels.
Well, it's hard to imagine what it's like to fall asleep in a war zone. American soldiers in Iraq are often forced to sleep in the most uncomfortable and frightening places. Today, some students in Weston decided to make the place those soldiers lay their heads a little more homey. CBS 4's Shamari Stone reports from Eagle Point Elementary.
It makes me feel happy that one of the soldiers will get my pillowcase.
Kayla Smalls and her 4th grade classmates painted these pillowcases for the troops in Iraq.
It's going to help the soldiers by telling them that I believe in them and that I really care about them.
These caring children gathered in the school library to present the pillowcases to Vietnam veteran Joseph Motes. He'll ship them to the U.S. military in Iraq.
So I'm really proud, especially at kids your age, that are doing this.
The kids painted designs on the pillowcases. They're supposed to give the soldiers sweet dreams. Kayla shows the earth and reads Love Army. This one shows a red heart representing the love these kids have for the troops. The class is also sending scrapbooks and care packages.
I've talked to a lot of Marines that have served in Iraq, and it means a lot to them to see that they have the support.
Colin Mitvalsky painted a skateboarder. He said the soldiers are fighting for our freedoms, like the freedom he has to skateboard in peace.
It's just something fun for me, and it shows that, it's a free country. I'm able to do it.
You're now looking at the cover of the scrapbook, and it reads, "Thank you for all your support." These kids hope that their project will inspire other children in South Florida to give back to the community and to support the troops. Now, the packages and the scrapbook, along with the pillowcases, will be shipped out to Iraq over the next few days. In Weston, I'm Shamari Stone, CBS 4 News.
It's great they're doing that, and it's not only great for the soldiers, it's great for the kids, because I think they really learn about the world and the responsibility to help people.
Yeah, and it gives them a connection to what's going on. Absolutely.
In headlines tonight, Senator Ted Kennedy is now home resting. Kennedy left the hospital this morning, giving a thumbs up to well-wishers. His 2 dogs met him at the hospital door. A bandage on the back of Kennedy's head marks the spot where doctors performed a biopsy. The 76-year-old was diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor. You are now going to have to pay for even one bag that you check if you fly American Airlines. The airline says the rising cost of fuel is forcing them to add these extra fees. American will also cut some of its domestic flights. That will mean some layoffs. The new fee for one bag checked is $15. It will start on June 15th. For more on these stories and the rest of the day's headlines, please stay tuned to the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. That is coming up next at 6:30.
As you know, canceling your cell phone contract could cost you a lot of money, but now the federal government is stepping in to try and save you from having to pay. The Federal Communications Commission is negotiating with cell phone companies to allow customers to cancel contracts up to 30 days after signing without a penalty. Usually, as you know, companies will charge you up to $175 to cancel, so that would be nice not to have to pay that.
You get stuck with these cell phone companies forever.
It's like
especially
the lifelong commitment.
If you make any change, it's another year or 2 years contract. It never ends. And the heat doesn't seem to end either.
It doesn't. David Bernard is joining us right now. So what do you think? Will we get a break anytime soon?
Yeah, the break is going to be coming, but the trade-off is going to be rain on the way. So we may have some stormy days ahead. Now, right now, it's still hot out there. 90 degrees in Miami, 91 in Fort Lauderdale, and Key West has an 86. If anything, the stickiness scale is down a bit today, so that's helping a little bit. It's a 3, which is fairly comfy. The feels like is 95 still at this hour. We have a west wind blowing at 13 miles per hour. Here are some more live conditions from our exclusive WeatherBug network. It's 89 right now at BSO in Deerfield Beach. In Coconut Grove at the Carrollton School, it's 88 and feels like 91. At Hallandale High School, it's 88. And it currently feels like 92. Get the rest of the WeatherBug conditions in your neighborhood. That's located at CBS4.com. So the strong southwest and west winds blowing across the peninsula today, and that means record heat for the East Coast. But on the West Coast, places like Naples and Tampa, not as bad because the wind is coming from the Gulf of Mexico and the water is cooler, and therefore it feels a little bit better. But we're expecting things to turn around a bit for us beginning tomorrow. Those west winds are going to be gone. They're going to be more out of the south tomorrow, so it's still going to be very warm, but not as hot as the last couple of days. A little bit more moisture, and that means mostly some afternoon storms. You can see some of these storms reflected on our True View. The best chance tomorrow is probably going to be the further north you are for seeing a storm. But I think once we get into Friday, just about any of us could see a storm, and almost at any time. So fairly humid, some deeper tropical moisture around the area, and storms are going to be around. And then this late season cold front could mean Saturday's potentially the stormiest day we see over the next several days. This front looks like it's going to be moving into central Florida during the day Saturday. Warm and humid, and right now I'm going to say storms are going to be likely. Now, if there's any good news in all of this, it's a late season cold front, and it's going to push through on Sunday. So drier, somewhat cooler air coming in, maybe a spotty shower on Sunday, but the emphasis on a drying breeze as we go throughout the day. And that means Memorial Day will likely be very nice, with less humid conditions and sun and breeze, but very deep tropical moisture will be down to our south and east. This could be the beginning of the rainy season moisture, certainly by the middle of next week, the way things look right now. Okay, here's our forecast for tonight. A warm breeze, fairly nice and 74. Tomorrow, I'm not calling for record heat, so not as hot, but still plenty warm with a high of 92. Look for mainly afternoon storms building in the area. South winds tomorrow at 10. And seas 1 to 2 on the water. Bays will see a light chop. So 92 tomorrow, storms around Friday and 90, and storms likely Saturday with a high near 90. A drying breeze, gradual clearing on Sunday, a high of 84. Memorial Day looks really good right now. Breezy sun and 84. Maybe a couple of showers coming back on Tuesday as that moisture starts to creep back in from the south and east, and a high temperature around 86 degrees. So kind of a split decision on the weekend there. We're going to have to really watch those storms Saturday, but I think Sunday is going to feel a lot better, and Monday should be pretty nice.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
Thanks. Coming up in sports, Jason Taylor seems to be dancing with trouble now.
Here's Jim Barry.
Tell you what, guys, it doesn't sound good, does it? The Dolphins finally sound off about JT. He has not danced back to the Fins. Question is, will he? I don't know. And the Heat is in the top 2. So now, what you gonna do?
That's a lot of money. Is it worth it?
Are those trucks safe?
When something in South Florida just doesn't seem right, the CBS 4 I-Team is watching out for you.
Do you feel you're being treated fairly?
No, I sure don't.
Identifying problems.
I want to credit you, Al Sunshine, and CBS 4 for doing great work.
And making a difference.
The Attorney General now using my CBS 4 story to launch a federal investigation.
The CBS 4 I-Team, when we report, we get results.
This summer, in the hottest place in the world, comes one deal too good to pass up.
Just makes it all that more exciting, you know?
Starting May 21st, you have 3 months to live free. Visit 3monthsmovie.com.
When you eat Kashigo Lean for breakfast, you also have to swallow all these vitamins and minerals to get what you need every day. Or eat Total. Only Total has 100% daily value of 11 vital nutrients and delicious flakes with real cranberries and crunchy oat clusters. Total. Are you getting 100%?
Slide into summer at Tony Roma's and make a splash with your friends. We're serving up summer with flame-grilled ribs and savory favorites that are as refreshing as a day at the beach. Plus, you can catch a cool one. Make a splash and slide into summer at Tony Roma's. Better hurry into Tony Roma's before these new favorites slide on by.
Closed captioning, sponsored by City Furniture, offering no interest until 2012 and same-day delivery 7 days a week. Weatherbug is brought to you by South Florida Honda Dealers.
Jim Barry here now with sports. Well, Jason Taylor is still a Dolphin, but maybe in name only. He may have done his last dance with the team. New coach Tony Sperano presides over the Fins' voluntary workouts. Bill Parcells will not talk about the JT situation, but Sperano finally talks about the dancing Dolphin. Taylor has gleefully gone Hollywood. I did say gleefully, yeah. The Fins do not expect Taylor for mini camp or training camp. He wants to force a trade to a contender, but is still Fins football property.
Jason's a player under contract with the Miami Dolphins. He knows that. Both parties are well aware of the information. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're going to talk about our players now.
Okay, then. One player who is on the field is Ricky Williams. The Fins are counting on him again to platoon with Ronnie Brown. Ronnie's knee rehab is ahead of schedule, and he again is cool with sharing the backfield.
It's something that I'm comfortable with and I've, experienced a few times in my life. So, I think it can only be helpful, get in a rhythm and, be able to get a rest when needed and, not have to worry about anything. So, I think it's going to be pretty good for us.
All right, to hear much more from the Fins about JT and everything else, log on to CBS4.com. Well, the Heat last night was like Avis Rent-A-Car. They are elated to be number 2. Pat Riley hobnobs at the NBA draft lottery. Then he sees Dwayne Wade bring a measure of good luck. The Heat get the 2nd pick in the draft. Fans rejoice at the team's lottery party at the AAA. It means the Heat figures to land either Michael Beasley or Derrick Rose.
Usually when you get down inside the top 5, you can find a player that's going to really help your franchise. So we need help. We need it now. We paid the price for it. So, from that standpoint, we're going to do the job that we can do.
Amen to all of that. All right, in baseball, a tall order tonight for the Marlins. They face Arizona's Brandon Webb. At 9-0, he's only the best pitcher in the National League. Meantime, the Canes show up ready to play at the ACC tournament this afternoon, jumping all over Clemson. Yasmani Grandal golfs a towering home run to right center. That makes it 4-zip at that point. Plenty cushion for unbeaten Chris Hernandez, who is now 10-0. UM rolls 7-1. In soccer, Chelsea needs this penalty kick to prolong a shootout, but this stop by the Manchester United goalie ends it. Man U wins the hotly contested European Champions title. This match is played in Moscow, a neutral site, because these European teams, as we all well know, get kind of rowdy when they're at home, so they moved it many, many miles away.
Imagine if they had played that in England.
That
would have
been
ugly.
Yes, it would have.
Thanks, Jim.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Next, E.T. and the Insider, Ted Kennedy's brain tumor treatment, plus the Osmonds backstage.
I gotta put my eyes on.
Show and real-life wife swapping, plus new wedding bloopers. Next, E.T. and Insider.
Starting tonight at 7 on CBS 4.
You step off the train, and you're dead before you know it.
Son of Sam all over again.
We have an officer down.
We got 7 bodies, Hodge.
It's not your call.
You're putting me in my place? You've asked JJ to marry me.
Well, congratulations. Oh my God.
Criminal Minds, the season finale. Then a hostage crisis.
I want to die.
A CSI caught in the middle.
I'm done.
You just been stringing me along?
The CSI New York and Criminal Minds season finales tonight.
See what the buzz is all about at Lauderdale BMW, South Florida's premier BMW dealer. The 2008 328i sedan. Lease starting from just $389 a month. Zero cost full maintenance. Raising the bar with its exceptional design and performance. The 2008 328i sedan. Now at Lauderdale BMW with 2 locations in Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines. Lauderdale BMW, the real difference.
This is a big $30. Big because it represents a big idea. You see, $30 is all you pay per month for a great-looking room at Rooms To Go. That's any room, any price, up to $3,000. Just $30 a month, and check this out. Rooms To Go pays your interest until May 2012, 4 years from now. Any living room, $30 a month. Any bedroom, any dining room, $30 a month. I mean, it's crazy. $30 is like half a tank of gas. This is a room for $30 a month. Yeah, that may be a big $30, but it's a small payment. Now through Memorial Day, only at Rooms To Go.
The average termite eats 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The average home costs over $350,000. Only Terminix has a bold plan that guarantees to cover unlimited termite treatment and repairs. The Terminix Termite Inspection and Protection Plan, just $399 a year. To schedule your first inspection and join the plan, call 1-800-TERMINIX, because it doesn't take long for termites to eat through your investment.
Bluetooth hands-free link, MP3 connectivity, ELS surround sound. All the luxuries of the modern world to go. The Acura TL. Acura. Advance.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
Tonight, why do breakthrough cancer treatments take so long for government approval in America? Our special series continues tonight on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. Later, right after CBS 4 News, so stay with us.
Remember, if you see news in the making, please give us a call in either Miami-Dade or Broward. Call 866-658-8477.
You can also take a picture or video and email it to us at pix4@cbs4.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great evening. And tonight at 11, Lori Stein has a report on chemicals that could be in your makeup that you don't even know about.
And remember, we're always on at cbs4.com. Now here's the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.